Hello Libra, and welcome to my channel Tarot by Gabrielle. This is going to be a general reading for Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus signs, looking at your recent past, your current energy, and your immediate future, answering the question, what do you need to know right now in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self to ultimately create the life that you desire and deserve? As I do in all of my readings, I have pulled the overall energy and clarified those messages, as well as the overall theme for the reading, which we'll jump into in just a second, but I still have the tarot deck I will be using, the clarification deck, and the advice deck I will be pulling to close out the reading in the extended. Any information on the extended reading or on booking a personal reading with me is in the description box below. Last thing, please remember that these are general readings. They are not here to resonate fully for everyone, and they won't resonate fully for everyone. So please do remember to take what does resonate and helps your personal situation and leave what does not. All right, Libra. Let's jump on in. In your recent past, you have the Strength card. Well, not the Strength card, but Oracle card with the Lovers in reverse. I feel as if life in your recent past, and maybe just throughout your life in general, has dealt you some pretty unfair situations. This Lovers in reverse energy is definitely this energy of being in situations that you didn't deserve. And I feel like it has required you to tap into a pretty deep sense of strength, almost to the extent where you're able to kind of look back and say, I can make it through that, I can make it through anything. But I feel as if your life is shifting into a new beginning. And I feel as if this is about taking control of how you're moving forward, not allowing what has happened to you to dictate what happens in your life. You know, we are not what has happened to us. We are who we choose to become. That's a quote by Carl Jung. And it's so important that and I'm going to just go ahead and show these cards because you have accept responsibility with the world. It's so important that we look at what is within our control and how we can break out of these cycles of being stuck in places that don't align with our worth. And that's what this period of time is for you right now. The overall theme for the reading you have is new moon. This is stepping into a new cycle, new energy, new beginning. And that's seen here in your immediate future because you have this Enchanted card with the Nine of Pentacles. So it's almost as if a new path opens up here, a new path starts to become lit for you. And that leads you here with the Nine of Pentacles to wish fulfillment, to desires that, you know, after a lifetime of being given situations that you didn't deserve or that didn't align with your worth, it's almost as if that's changing. Now that probably feels too good to be true. That's my guess, especially because this has been very much the energy that you're used to. But if you've been doing the healing, if you've been putting in the work, if you've been working on your relationship between you and the universe, then why wouldn't you deserve good things to happen to you? And I feel like that's kind of this energy that you're in now. But let's start by looking, that's just the overall energy. So let's start by looking at the story. Libra's recent past, the Strength card with the Lovers in reverse. This is for Libra's recent past. Want it to turn all the way over, hit the table. Four of Cups in reverse. I feel like because of a lot of what you've experienced throughout your life, there's kind of started to be this mindset that you can't have good things or that you're not capable of experiencing good things in your life or that you will never be able to have the life that you ultimately deserve and desire. Now, I get why you believe that, and I get why you've come to internalize that belief. I think a lot of what you've been through has required, it's like you've always been required to be strong, to be, resilient, and it's hard to believe that you can live a life full of love and abundance and ease and joy and peace. And I get why you feel that way because of what you've been through, but it's important to understand that we are born into a fate. We have based on our karmic cycles, the lessons that we learn in our childhood, or the lessons that we're kind of set up to learn throughout our adulthood because of our childhood, we kind of have this fate, this cycle of survival and fighting for what we deserve, but never really receiving it. And we break out of that by learning to heal, learning to love ourselves fully, learning to have faith in something bigger than us. And this is this period in your life that I feel like you're breaking into. You're breaking out of your fate and into your destiny, which is kind of that what I was just talking about, like this learning to heal, learning to love yourself fully, because that opens up new doors for you that didn't exist for you before. And I feel like one of the things you're needing to see is that what you've been through, what you've experienced, that does not limit you to what you can have. It doesn't limit you to what you can experience in this life. Regardless of how old you are, regardless of how traumatic your life has been, those things don't dictate who you get to become. There was a quote, I actually saw it today in my gratitude journal. I don't remember who it was, but it's never too late to become who you could have been. You always have the opportunity to start over. You always have the opportunity to rebuild. You always have the opportunity to choose differently. And those absolutely do exist for you. Let's get more for Libra's recent past. Yeah. The sun in reverse, it feels like there's just this energy of lacking joy, lacking goodness and light in your life. Now, I'm not saying you've just lived this completely miserable existence and there hasn't been a single happy day. That's not what I'm talking about here. But I just feel like, all of these cards are in reverse. It feels like there's always been this absence of love, this absence of light, this absence of peace. And this is about creating those things that you feel you've always been missing. And, I do think that a lot of what you've been through has been kind of setting the stage for what you are going to be able to create in your life. But that's why we have to learn to look at the things that we go through from this lens of this is happening for me, not to me, is because that allows us to say, how can I use this to create better for myself and for others? How can I use this to positively impact my life and the lives of others? And when we do that, we really, through that process, discover our purpose, which is to learn to, heal, love ourselves fully, which allows us to do the same for other people. Recent past for Libra. What does Libra need to know about their recent past? The 9 of Wands. It feels like you were always held back. I feel like in your life, it feels like you were always held back from getting to what you want, from getting to what you deserve. Like there was always something in your way. There was always something blocking you. And to be honest with you, I feel like it's been this belief that you're not deserving of good things because you've never experienced them, or like you've never experienced them to the extent that you're truly deserving of. Which when we're in situations that make us feel unlovable and not good enough and undeserving, we are going to start to adopt those beliefs about ourselves. But we don't, again, you are not what has happened to you. The circumstances in your life and the experiences that you have had to this point do not get to determine who you become. They can if you let them. If you look at your past and your life from this perspective of this is just what I'm bound to, this is just what the universe, this is all a punishment and I'm not good enough and this is miserable and all of that, that's really easy to slip into when you've been through really hard times. But breaking out of that is where you're at right now, because you are being given this opportunity to step into a brand new energy, a whole new path here for you. But let's see, current energy for Libra, accept responsibility with the world. More. Current energy for Libra. You've been healing. I feel like you've been working through a lot in your recent energy and like where you're like current energy. You've been healing a lot from what you've been through. And one of the hardest things about healing is accepting responsibility for the role that we play in our own suffering, which I feel like is a lot of what this accept responsibility card is. Like I just mentioned, we don't have to become what we've been through. You know, we don't have to let what our past and our circumstances dictate our life and our future, but most people do. And that's why healing is so important, is because it allows you to completely reframe your perspective of what you've been through, which allows you to completely reframe what's possible for you moving forward. So a lot of what you're needing to kind of look at right now is, what is within my control? What can I do right now to create a better life for myself? What relationships do I need to not allow in my life? How do I need to set boundaries? How do I need to choose to believe that I am deserving of good things, as opposed to continue to believe what my circumstances have been teaching me? Because, and that's what I feel like you've been doing the healing, and I feel like now you're needing to take that healing and apply it to your life. You know, allow these new perspectives you have about yourself and about the universe to now dictate your movements, choices, and decisions, instead of these limiting beliefs about what you can have and what you're capable of. What else does Libra need to know regarding their current energy? Because you're getting to the end. I mean, you're closing out really painful cycles here. And I feel like it's been a long time coming. And I feel like you've been struggling with this. For some of you, like, this could be like a lifetime cycle that you've been dealing with. This has been a very impactful cycle in your life. Now, here's the kicker. We have the Five of Wands with a Death. The closer you get to an end of a cycle, the harder it is to stay true to the healing that you've learned. Because the closer you get to the end of the cycle, the more intense everything feels, the more you second guess yourself, the more fear you experience. And you're kind of in that energy right now. And when you're in that energy, you get pulled into this mindset of like, well, you know, have I even healed? Have I even grown? Am I even deserving of good things? Or have I just been lying to myself this whole time? And the thing is, this is you kind of at war with yourself here when it comes to fully closing out kind of these past cycles. And right now is a time to allow yourself to truly believe that new beginnings can happen, that good things can happen in your life, to allow yourself to believe that new paths and new opportunities exist ahead of you. I feel like you've been through so much, and when you go through as much as you have, Libra, it's really easy to give up on yourself, to give up on your life, to give up on the possibilities, to give up on what you can, the good that you can experience. And right now, the universe is saying, don't do that. Don't do that. Accept responsibility. Do not choose to become what has hurt you. Do not choose to allow that hurt to dictate your life. Choose to rise above it. Choose to overcome it. Choose to believe that not only have you been resilient, but that you don't have to continue to be resilient moving forward. That you can choose to believe that there is a life of ease, of love, of joy, of peace out there for you. And I feel like right now, because you have this death, right? So this old cycle is closing out. Right now, things probably feel really intense. You're probably experiencing a lot of resistance, a lot of things not going your way, a lot of experiences that make it seem like you're headed in the wrong direction, or you're doing the wrong thing, or you're not truly deserving of good things in the way that you think you are. And what this reading is saying is, don't let that resistance to good things trick you into making different decisions for yourself. Right now is a time to really choose to believe that you can have all that you desire, and to continue to choose those things regardless of the fear and the anxiety and the doubt and the insecurity that's being presented to you as you get closer to closing out this cycle. Because you're closing out a really painful cycle here. Current energy for Libra. And you will close it. You will close it. Two of Cups in reverse. Let me get more on this. There's something about this. Okay. I get what this is saying. Yeah. I saw this quote on some social media. I love positive social media. If you follow me on Instagram, then you know this about me. I post all the stuff, all the quotes on my story. I love them. They hit home for me. And I saw one that said, if you're waiting for someone to come around and save you and make your life better, just know that that person is going to be you. And this is very much a reading about becoming your own hero. Taking your power back from these people and these situations that have hurt you, and stepping into this realization that you are and always have been deserving of good things. But other people not seeing that and not treating you in association with that has made you believe otherwise. But now you get to determine that, Leo. You get to look at your value and you get to say, I know what I bring to the table. I know what I have to provide this world. I know what I can what I can do, and I'm going to take that and I'm going to believe in it. Other people haven't. These situations haven't believed in you. These situations haven't seen your value. And, honestly, to hell with them. That those people never got to determine your value in the first place. But you do now. And that's what this is about, is becoming your own hero, which is going to open up so many doors for you because you're going to start to decide what your value is. You're going to stop waiting around for other people to treat you right. You're going to stop waiting around to believe that for other people to believe you're deserving of good things. And you're going to start to decide for yourself today, in this moment, that you are. And that despite what has happened to you, despite what other people think, despite how other people feel, it was never theirs to decide anyway. It was always yours to decide that you were deserving of good things. And that's what this reading is about, is you're closing out this energy and this cycle of letting your experiences dictate what you can have, what you can receive, what you can experience. And it's hard to do because that requires you tapping into a level of belief in yourself that you never really have before. But Libra, look at what you've been through. Look at what you've overcome. Why wouldn't you be deserving of good things? Not to say that the negative things you've been through make you more deserving, but I want you to look back at how far you've come, how much you've grown, how much you've gotten through, and use that as strength to say, if I can do that, what can I do if I fully step into my power? Because that's where you start to create miracles. That's where new doors open up, which I feel like is what your immediate future is about. Immediate future for Libra. Enchanted with the 9 of Pentacles. Immediate future for Libra, please. This is a brand new energy. I can feel it immediately when I tapped into it. It is a brand new energy for you. Look at that, Magician. This brand new, it's like a whole, like what this feels like is, and the best way I can describe it is like a shift in timelines. And that goes back to what I was saying at the beginning, from fate to destiny. You don't have to be fated to these painful cycles anymore. You can choose differently to create better in your life, and you're being given the opportunity to do that now through your healing and your growth that you've been experiencing. And you have this Magician here. This feels like you are the magician. Libra, you're the magician. You are the creator of your own life. You hold the power to create a life beyond your wildest dreams. How cool is that? You hold that power right now, in this moment, regardless of mistakes you've made, regardless of what you've been through. You hold that power to create the life that you have always dreamt of, to create the relationships that you've always been deserving of. You hold that power. But it is damn time for you to start believing in that power. And that is where this new beginning is coming from. Is you have, like, I feel like if I could just based on what I'm saying in this reading, if I could just jump through this device and shake you and be like, Libra, you can do anything you want to do. You can have anything you want to have. And I'm not talking about $1 million and fancy lifestyles and things like that. I'm talking about you can have joy, you can have peace, you can have love, you can have abundance, you can have fulfillment. You can live that life. You can. You have that power. But you are only going to experience that power to the extent that you believe in it. And it is time to start freaking believing in it, because this brand new energy is waiting for you to step into it. And it's so good, Libra. It's so good. What else does Libra need to know about their immediate future? I feel like I'm getting worked up in this reading for all you Libras out there. I want to cry at these messages. I want you to truly see how important and powerful you really are. You deserve that. The world needs you to know that, because it needs what you have to provide when you're coming from that place. Immediate future for Libra, the Empress. Everything you've been through, everything that has fallen apart, every heartbreak, every trauma, every painful situation that you've been through, that you've healed from and that you've overcome, has made you who you are today. You've always been powerful. You've always been deserving. But there have been a lot of situations where you gave that away. You didn't believe in your power. You didn't believe you were deserving. And that's okay. We all do it. There's nothing to be ashamed of. But this is you taking that back. Because here you are, the Magician and the Empress, showing up in your own reading, Libra. You are the Magician, and you are stepping into that energy. It's like, I don't know if you've forgotten who you are. I think we all forget who we are when we're born, right? We forget that we are literally divine beings having a human experience. And then life happens, and trauma happens, and society happens, and you completely lose sight of who you are, how powerful you are, and what you're capable of. And this is about freaking remembering that. This is about remembering who you are, remembering what you deserve, remembering what you can do, and taking that and applying it to your life in ways that you never have before, which is going to create things you've never gotten to experience before. You are not fated to the life that you've been through. You are not fated to financial struggles. You are not fated to heartbreak. You are not fated to suffering. You might believe that because that's all you've experienced, but you do not have to stay in that energy. You can remember who you are, and you can show up in your power, and you can create a new reality. You can. You absolutely 1,000,000% can. That is possible. I'm getting passionate here, in case you can't tell. One more. What does Libra need to know regarding their immediate future? I said you were the Magician, and you came out next. The Magician and the Empress. Immediate future for Libra. What does Libra need to know about their immediate future? The Hermit with the Emperor. Okay. For a really long time in my life, I waited around for someone else to make my life better. In terms of a partner or a friend or a boss, I wanted someone to save me, someone to see my value, to show me what I'm capable of. And I finally got to this point in my life where I stopped freaking doing that. I decided, I'm not going to wait on somebody else to value me. I'm not going to wait on someone else to see what I have to provide. I'm going to decide to find that for myself. This is what this is about. Here's the Emperor. Empress, Emperor. This is union of self. This is both learning that you have the power to do anything you want, and you have the power to receive everything you want. It's a balance of union of self here. And this comes from healing and growing through everything that you've been through. So your pain has had a purpose. It's had a purpose in pushing you into this person that you are becoming, into this powerful version of you that you're stepping into. You wouldn't have been able to become this person if you hadn't have gone through these things. These experiences, you might have lost yourself in them. You might have given away your power. But you also never would have been able to take your power back to the extent that you are if you hadn't have been through those things. So don't look at your past and say, I'm sorry that I had to go through these things. You can, absolutely, you didn't deserve them. But don't look at it from that perspective. Look at it from this perspective. I am glad that I got to experience the strength that I have now because of those things that I've been through. And now I know how powerful I am, how deserving I am, how capable I am, how much I can accomplish, how much the universe has my back. And to be honest, Libra, you don't need to know that for sure. You just need to start to believe it. Start coming from that place, and that's going to start getting proven to you, and you're going to believe it a little bit more. I kind of saw that with this enchanted card. This path lights up, is opening up, right? But it's slowly starting to become lit. It's slowly starting to become lit. And the more that you step into your power, the brighter that path is going to get, the clearer it's going to get, the more that you're going to have the more confidence, the more strength that you're going to have as you move forward. So this is you. I mean, you're the magician, you're the empress, you're the emperor. You are all you need. Not saying you're not saying, you know, you're going to spend a lifetime alone and don't worry, you have yourself. That's not what I'm saying. You can attract the love that you deserve. You can attract the financial abundance you can attract whatever it is that you deserve, but you are all you need to change your life. You are all you need to make your life better. You are all you need to attract the life that you deserve and desire. Don't wait on someone else. Don't wait on other people. Don't wait on that person you think is your twin flame to come back. Decide for yourself right now in this moment that you are in charge of your own happiness, nobody else. You are the magician. You have the power. Start freaking believing in it so you can use it. Feel like I'm like, I don't know. I think this is like a pep talk or something. All right, we're going to hop on over to the extended. So this is what you need to know in order to move forward in alignment with your higher self. The extended is going to be what can you do right now to ensure that you're moving forward in alignment with your higher self. The information for that is in the description box below. Thank you so much, Libra, as always, for your support of my channel. I obviously hope that this reading helped and resonated with you in a way that you were needing today. And as always, Libra, I wish you nothing but love and healing on your journey moving forward. All right, bye, Libra.